morning and what's going on? Welcome to another Subie Shaves video with me on a beautiful morning. Hashtag Team All Blade and hashtag No Blade Left Behind. Come on in, throw me a Subie smile, and all I gotta say is squad goals. Thank you for being here, for clicking in today's video, and for joining me. Hopefully wherever you're watching from, you're drinking something cold, sitting in a comfy chair, ready for a shave. I know I could use one. I'm sitting on just 48 hours of growth today, and we're gonna be tackling it, knocking it down with something I've never used before, and I'm thrilled to be sharing here on the channel for the first time. We're gonna be using the Alysworth. This is the Apex, and we've got it with the plus plate. You can see that little plus sign right there. This is their stainless steel, fully marine grade stainless steel, say 3-piece safety razor from Alysworth, and it is their Apex plus plate. I'm really excited to be testing out the Apex today with everybody. We got the full set in hand. I did purchase this with my own Subie bucks, so thanks for everybody here making that possible, and for helping to contribute and help the channel grow, because without you guys here, this would not be happening. I am so excited to be doing this. Again, I would say upper end, top tier, more premium level of razors, and they are producing something really special over there at Alysworth. Massive shout out and huge thanks for getting this out our way. To Caleb, I reached out to him, I was like, I want one of those, and he's like, they're available. So I'm really excited I was able to grab one off the storefront. Let's talk about this. It's going to be great. We're also going to be kind of diving in and reusing Avo Nice Shave. There's a reason why I'm using this. There's a couple actually. It's available right now. It's a spring set, and because of spring summer set, because of that, I wasn't sure how long it was going to be up for, and I wanted to make sure everybody that wanted it, had a last chance at it. I love Avo Nice Shave. It's really bright, very citrusy. It's a really fun label, fun set. Avocado, citrus peel, olive, boss pear, lavender, basil, cashmere musk, and cycleum blossom. It's a beautiful balanced scent of green and fruity and sweet. Doug over at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, he goes through a whole entire description about how avocado doesn't really have a scent, neither does strawberry. So it's something that we kind of more artificially manufactured, because their essential oils don't put off a lot of scent. I love this. I think it smells really fresh. It's really clean. It doesn't smell like guacamole. I had somebody reach out and say, does Avo Nice Shave smell like guacamole? It does not. It smells clean. It smells green. It smells a little fruity, a little sweet, and I really like it. It's bright. For me, it's one of those ones that I think fits perfectly for this time of year. It's summery. It smells summery. It smells like spending time at the pool to me. I just think it's very inviting. I've never met somebody so far that smelled this that didn't like it, right? I love going through and showing people new scents that come to my house, right? They show up, I'm like, you guys have to test my new soaps. And so every time they smell these scents, I always kind of try to get a gauge reaction. And this is one of the ones that's a crowd pleaser. It smells nice. I think it smells very inviting and clean. I love this. Again, Avo Nice Shave from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It is available on their website, and you can support the channel by using our link below to purchase it. Thank you again for doing that, to everybody out there that does that. And again, huge shout out to Doug, Fred, and Hux for allowing us to talk about their scent. I love that, and I love that they've kind of ongoingly supported the brand and what we've done here. All right, let's get in here. Let's talk about this. I am so excited because the moment I saw the Apex, the Apex, right, the Godzilla of the Alysworth razor lineup, I knew I wanted it, and I was dying to get it. Went over to buy it, and it disappeared. So then they did a rerun of the razors, and I'm so excited to have it in hand today to show and compare and contrast against the Dracont Titanium Plus plate from Alysworth. This is also a razor that they offered, but it was produced by Jake Yates. Let's get in here and talk a little bit about stats and the history behind both razors. This razor on my left, here's 106 full stainless steel grams, right? Full stainless steel grams. It is hefty. It has got some weight to it. Whereas this is only 50, right? 51, 50-ish grams for the Dracont Titanium. It's a little less, I would say, aggressive. If you really look at it, it doesn't have that same stippling and knurling all the way down it. I don't know. There's something special about both of them. I like both designs, but because of the thinness to the Dracont Titanium handle here, I think a lot of people that have heftier hands, thicker hands, big chunky grips are gonna like and prefer the Apex grip. That's just my thoughts, my opinions, perspective on that. They said, again, this is they're similar, right? But when you look at the sides of the Dracont, right, they have those cutouts, which I really like, whereas the Apex does not have them. It's just that flat, just the flat side, so you don't have quite as good of grip here. And then it's also scalloped on the Dracont side, which it is not here, which I actually prefer the flat bar, but I think the scallops here actually kind of benefit. They look very aesthetic with the Dracont's razor, right? The other thing I want to mention is Jake Yates is the person that produced this razor on my left, and they're actually outsourcing this to a company that produces watches, I guess. And it's like really high end. Like they're very good at finesse and metal, and that's who's producing these now. And I was told by the Alysworth brand, I think it was Caleb that I was speaking to, he mentioned that this is no longer going to be offered. The Dracon Titanium, at least for now, Jake Yates is no longer making them. So this razor on my left is still being produced, and who knows, maybe they'll eventually have this made by this company producing these. The actual build behind the razor, right? The Dracon Titanium, it secures, I just want to mention this, with pins, whereas this razor, it actually hides the pins, right? You can't see the secure pins, blade pins. It secures it with the actual bar, and it hides it. So it's very aesthetic. It looks very nice. You don't have the holes there, which is kind of nice. I kind of like this. It looks a little more streamlined, looks a little cleaner, and it looks a little more finished. Overall, the product I love. I think that the stand here is way nicer than the Dracon stand. If you're a person that uses the Dracon stand, look at the difference here. The difference is massive. This thing falls over all the time. I accidentally bump it all the time in my little den, and it falls over, gets knocked over. This chunky monster is not going anywhere. This bad boy right here, right? It's sitting down and it's not going anywhere. Really nice stand for the inkwell stand. I just want to mention that if you're looking at getting the package, I think it's worth it. Now let's talk about the actual finish here, because that was probably my only criticism, my only critique, my only feedback for Alysworth and for for Caleb producing this and the company releasing it and sending them out, is that the finish on mine was kind of, it was, in my opinion, I bought the machine one, right? It ranges from $165 up to $200 when you look at the $195 when you look at getting the full stand and razor combo. And when you look at the condition mine came in, I made sure to film this as I was unboxing it. The handle was in great condition as far as being machine quality, and so was the stand. The stand could have just been, I didn't have to polish this. I would have been fine just sitting out, but I think it looks a little smoother. I did end up, like after I pulled it out of the box, I didn't feel comfortable using it on channel in the condition that it was in. I did order it in a machine finish. I know people are saying this to themselves, they're saying, Subie, it was a machine finish. I know it was machine finished, but when you look at the head cap and the base plate, right, there was grime, there was grit, there was actual manufacturing bits and pieces inside of the little groove here. You could see like garbage in the groove of the head cap. You could also see like burrs and problems on the base bar. And I think the thing that really shocked me was the grime. There was actual machine like oil and grime on the head cap and the base plate. Now again, that was not on the stand or the handle, so I know it can be produced and shipped and sold as it was on the handle and on the inkwell stand, but it was not on the head cap and on the base plate. And as such, I don't want anybody running out and buying this saying, that's gorgeous, I have to have it, right? When you look at it like this, look at this thing. Look at this thing shimmer. It is just so darn awesome. I think it really came out nicely. When you look at it like behind, like the photos alone look really, like look at this thing. It's awesome. I think it's really pretty like this, but I want you to know I did spend like 6.5 hours, 7 hours polishing it. Yeah, I spent that much time getting it to this condition, and I'm really excited to use it. I have not used it on a dome shave yet, so let's start it. Let's get it done. Again, I was dying to use this because the aluminum one, man, that is really smooth. The aluminum one was getting so much praise, and I had like maybe 6 or 7 people offer to send me an aluminum one that they owned for test review purposes. They said, you got to test it out. It's so darn good. And at the time I was moving, I was kind of getting around. I was trying to figure out how the setup was going to work here, and I didn't have time to like test it out. And then they released the stainless steel version again. They were like, okay, another run's being made. And I was like, well, instead of borrowing one, let's just buy one. If everyone really says it's that good. And on the face shave today, I was really impressed. Very smooth, very forgiving, and it's doing the same thing on the dome here. Again, we are sitting on 48 hours of stubble, so it's not a ton of stubble, but again, it's not like none, right? It's treating it like it is absolutely not there. It's shaving down so smooth, so easy, and it's effective. It's a 0.99 gap. I forgot to mention this, 0.99 gap and a 0.125 exposure. So you got positive exposure, and you do have quite a bit of gap, but I wouldn't say it's crazy aggressive at all. If anything, I would say the blade fill on it is like a 3 out of 10. To be really perfectly honest, it's deceiving. I'm having a hard time not telling myself I need to press. I'm just letting the razor kind of glide, and it glides super duper smooth. Again, that is partially due to the polishing work that I did. I will call that out. I don't think it's going to glide quite as smoothly with the edges that it had, but I did go in and kind of knock those edges off and kind of round it up a little bit, make it a little smoother. I am telling you this, I was really worried. I was like, what if I had just spent like 8 hours of my life between everything? 8 hours of my life getting it all ready, getting everything done, and it didn't shave well. I was going to be devastated, but it shaves nice. It does shave good. The community is right. Usually when the community all agrees on something, they tend to be right. And I think this is very smooth. I think it is kind of like, people have mentioned it, kind of like an efficiency upgrade, a performance upgrade over the Dracont Titanium. If you reach for that razor and you're like a little bit let down by the smoothness, maybe by the performance of it and the effectiveness of it, this is going to kind of give you an upgrade on all those fronts. I would say it definitely has more oomph to it, and that's to not be I would say it's to be expected, right? When you're taking twice the weight and adding some exposure to it, I think it's definitely going to make the razor shave a little bit closer, a little faster. And that's how it felt on my face. Just a little bit closer, a little bit faster, and a little bit easier. I like the longer handle. I think the longer handle really benefits us head shavers. It makes it so I can go really, really easy on the back of my neck. Take a look at the grime. Oh my goodness. And this is with some Darby Premium Black, so it's a very mild blade. I keep wiping it off. It just is like a habit because I love the way it looks shiny. I keep like down here with my towel. Wow, it is smooth. It is as smooth as it is shiny, I can tell you that much. I can really see why everybody was talking about it and why everybody seems to really like it. I am going at both a steep and a shallow angle to test it out because this is the first time I've ever used it. Works at both angles and it works very well. I'm not getting any chatter and I'm not getting like hardly, I would say like I said, the blade felt it's like 3. Oh boy, is that close, is that smooth, and is that sweet. Look at this thing. Absolutely awesome razor. Again, from Caleb over at Alysworth. What a shaver. I am liking it. I am definitely enjoying it. It's when you like look at the Carve Overlander, you know, it just is the sweet spot for a lot of people. That's how this is feeling. It's kind of like the sweet spot for me. Not super aggressive, not tons of blade fill, but it has that efficiency and effectiveness that you kind of are looking for with like the higher end, you know, maybe a more like upper echelon version of a shaver. Man, what a tool. This has been phenomenal. This is absolutely, you guys can quote me right now. I would say that this is under a rainbow, pot of gold kind of Lucky Charms, full of the good stuff, spoonful of the mallows. Oh my goodness. I was dying to do this. I was really, really looking forward to this between doing the photos, which I think turned out absolutely awesome, and then doing the polish work and everything that kind of went into it. I was dying to use the razor. I was like, I just want to use it. I've been doing all this work for all this time, and I just wanted to get in and get a shave. And boy, did it shave as good as I had heard it does. What a close one. Very, very easy, super effective. I would say zero blotchiness, no redness, no irritation, no nicks, and no dings anywhere to be felt or seen. Look at my skin. It's super duper shiny. It loved that razor. What a shaver. You know, I love my Dracont. The Dracont titanium razor is an absolutely beautiful. The TI razor, gorgeous. But when it comes down to just knocking it down in like 1.5 pass, this gets it done. Oh my goodness, I like that a lot. Again, this is the Apex razor, just under $200 for their electro polished finish. But again, I don't know the finish that's going to come in. It looked nice on the website, but so did, you know, the inkwell stand and the actual handle and the machine version. So I don't know, it looks like there may be some variation to what you get as far as consistency and quality. Make sure to wash it off, right? If you do order their machine version, I'd say a good Dawn and Ultrasonic is probably going to help you a lot. Wow. Oh my goodness. Avo Nice Shave. Smelling fresh, smelling clean, smelling green. Fruit, just that pear and green, right? The basil and pear, it's there. The lavender kind of sits in the back. You do get that floral note to it, but for me, it's this fruity, like bright, really bright citrusy scent behind Avo Nice Shave that keeps me coming back. Love this one from Doug over at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Again, huge shout out to them for producing something that absolutely smells as bright as this looks. Oh, it's great. And the shave today was smooth. It was close. It was really, really, really beautiful. It was the shave I was looking for, and it was the shave I was hoping that this would produce after doing all the review reading and kind of lurking, right? Like we all do before making a purchase. It was, from my word, it was, from my mouth and my experience, it was really, really awesome. Very smooth, easygoing, and close shaving razor. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't, please go below, smash that sub button. I'd love to talk to you all in the comments. I'm going to get out and enjoy a perfectly beautiful BBS to the bone shave, and I'll catch you for our next one. Suits out!